Which is perfectly timed for right now.
Hi,
Hey.
welcome to the 236th
36th
hour of Adventurers Wanted. Thank you so much for joining us for this hour. I'm just going to run through a quick couple of things before we start. So this performance, like all of the performances, is a relaxed performance. So that just means we've got a relaxed attitude to any sound or movement from our audience members, just for the benefit of anyone who might not be able to be still or silent for the duration of the piece. If at any point you do want to pop out, you can head through the door at the back. There's some water and stuff out there. Help yourselves and come back in whenever you feel up to it. I'm going to be sitting over here, so if there's anything at all, just give me a wee shout and I'll do my best to help out. We've got some audio loop headsets as well, so if anyone would like to use those, again, just come give me a tap on the shoulder. The lights should stay like this throughout. They have been going out every so often. If that happens, I do apologise. I will run and put them back on as quickly as I can. And there'll be some background music, but there'll be no loud bands or anything like that throughout. We are also joined by Tommy this hour, who's going to be interpreted. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to pass over to Leo, who is our GM for the rest of the evening.
Hello! We love you, Thank you, James. Thanks. My name's Leo. I'm your games master from now until 10 o'clock. What is this? What's going on? I'm sure most of you know. This is a tabletop role-playing game called Adventurers Wanted, which means the lovely four people on my left and right here, all in control of unique individual characters in a fantasy setting. As the games master, I play the fantasy setting. The people that they meet, the allies that they call upon, and the elder gods that they accidentally summon. Sorry, old gods that they accidentally summon onto their plane of existence. Yeah, Tommy, you good with Cthulhu? That's what I like to see.
We don't.
So we've had about 235 hours of backstory. I'm not going to be able to fit all of that into 30 seconds. However, with the end game nature of the adventure we're going to be playing over the next 15 hours, it is likely that there will be a lot of references and callbacks to that. So if at any point anybody is at all confused as to who somebody is, please do ask. That's my job to remind you and to have all that lore in my head. And we don't want anybody to feel lost or alienated, so do just shout out. It's a relaxed performance. However, briefly, the characters are all crew members on a scientific research vessel named the Spirit of the Horizon. Spirit of the Horizon, on its last official voyage, accidentally awakened an old god, as I said, an evil monster that chased them down, and in a last bid attempt to escape, they cast a spell, which was completely out of their control and flung them into a brand new reality. And over the last 2 months, in-game, in-universe time, or 235 hours of sitting at these tables, they've been adventuring across the world, Havmar, and trying to recreate the spell. This morning, they finally managed to put the spell back together, cast it, and turns out it wasn't what they thought it was. It wasn't a teleportation spell, it was a summoning spell, and it summoned this great old god being to them. I'll get to describing him in a minute if you're not au fait, which is fair enough. What else do I need to recap you with? There's a character called Golan, who's going to be in it quite a lot. He was the captain of the ship once, and then was accidentally flung back into the home world by his commander, Elora. Commander Elora then became captain, and in a noble bid of self-sacrifice, cast the spell, giving her own life. Yeah, I know, look, I told you. 230 hours. She died, but Golan came back with the summoning spell, so I'm going to be playing him a little bit. We'll figure out everything else as we go. Let's meet our players and their characters. So starting on my right here, give us your name, your character's name, and a little bit of context about who they are in the world.
Hi, my name is Oz, and I'm going to be playing the part of Darkness Evil Vile, the HR representative aboard the Spirit of the Horizon.
My name is James. I'll be playing the part of Jeffrey Wigglebottom, a human sorcerer who is the head of the research department's assistant, and spends an awful lot of time with HR for various reasons.
Oh dear.
Yeah, see, I witter on for minutes on end, sounding like I'm taking this all far too seriously, and then they introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Naomi. I'm playing Brina Froddle, who is a gnome wizard. She's an arcane researcher. She's the head of arcane research on the ship.
Indeed.
Claim my title. And she's had a bad morning. The noble sacrifice that Relora did, she was going to take because she feels like she's got nothing left to live for. It's a cheery game. It's fine. She's currently under decks, sort of face planted into her bed.
And I am Alana, and I'm playing Vala, who is a tiefling rogue, and this is her first appearance on the ship. She's
Not on the ship. We know you.
on the ship, yeah, but in this particular adventure. And she is one of the scouts for the ship.
How are you spelling Valar?
Vala, Vala.
Fantastic, nice. Cool. So, let's bring up the oh god, it's all horrible music, please. So, Relora and God, I don't even know where to start, guys. Relora and Bella hit the floor dead. Golan bursts onto the ship, killing some of these horrible eldritch monstrosities that have come through with this god. The four of you look out towards the island of Rawstel, where the temple to this god was. Where you've now put that two and two together. And you see towering over this island, from off the coast, towering over the island, this gigantic, titanic dragon, larger than any you've ever seen, except it stood on its hind legs. Its bat-like wings unfurl, but they look like they're useless to it. And its clawed hands are just scooping up pieces of earth from the ground. And you think, if I could hear a Wilhelm scream now, 1,000 Wilhelm screams, that was really good.
Thank you.
That was not bad at all. Well done, that bad. Its red eyes peer out amongst above a beard of tentacles, which serves for its mouth, and it looks generally pretty nasty. I need all of you.
Oh no! The sun's gone out.
Yes. I need all of you to roll wisdom saving throws, please.
I'm not on deck.
You're not on deck, but you did see it earlier, and
I did see it earlier.
fair enough.
They do.
We were in the middle of a really deep HR-based chat.
Yeah.
So I was.
I'm
probably
handing
close
you a
to him.
pamphlet that just says don't.
Yeah. My best friend, the HR representative. So I get a bonus to this.
Yeah, plus 2.
+2. So
It will not help.
Okay, that's a 24 in total.
24,
11.
11,
10.
10. Describe to us the thought processes that Vala goes through in order to justify the creation of this creature in your mind.
But it's just a really big dragon.
It's just a really big dragon.
Just don't pay attention to any other details. Just a big.
And you just keep repeating that to yourself under your breath.
Can I ask a question? Because
Yeah.
I remember at minus 1 hour when we first encountered this, I
Mhm.
passed a wisdom saving throw.
The rules specifically say that you're immune for 24 hours.
That's fine. I'm
so,
just checking for when I run above deck when I hear what's going on.
yeah,
That's
you're
fine.
going to have to take this check.
That's fine.
The two of you,
Yeah, I get a feeling like I've usually got this big, deep, evil-sounding voice, whereas this time I just go.
sure, roll a D100 for me. For those of you who are unaware, by the way, the Ds that I'm talking about here are refer to the sides of dice. Generally, 1 is very, very bad, 20 is very, very good.
37.
37 on, but this is on a D100.
Yeah.
So, you become frightened and must use your action and movement each round to flee from the source of the fear.
Being a paladin and having my god as my backup, I know that I'm immune to fear.
Ah, are you? Okay.
So
That's fine then.
I still whimper.
You still whimper.
Just a little whimper.
You're still, for the purposes of the rules, subject to short-term madness. So you can flavour that for however you like. Jeffrey, can you please roll a D100 for me?
Gladly. 6.
You probably see.
The character retreats into his or her mind and becomes paralyzed. The effect ends if the character takes any damage. So you're just stood there looking at it going... Very good. Right. Are you character sheeted up now?
I'm pretty character sheeted up.
Fantastic. Can I get everybody's dexterity scores, please?
11.
15.
11?
17.
17, 15? Hang on. 11, 11, 17, 15. So, Valar, rather appropriately, it's your turn first. As you look around you, these wobbles of nothingness are tearing themselves in the sky, into the sky, and out of them are falling these creatures that look a little bit like dragons with, but if dragons had sort of dog-like head. No, he will just continue doing this. I'm glad, but with dog-like heads. And they come screaming through the holes. At the same time, there are these things that are somewhere between dragonflies and lobsters. Yeah.
I'm not going to
No, that's canon. We established that. They don't taste good. What? I've forgotten his name. Vosin? Something like Vosin. Josin, the captain of the Marines, has sampled Amigo. Anyway, what would you like to do? Somewhere in the middle, the erstwhile Captain Golan's just busy smacking his maul through these creatures.
Okay, I'd like to back up the captain then. Can I get in range with a short bow?
Oh, you're in range of
Yeah,
many things with a short bow.
things,
Yeah.
Shoot one that's around him. Try and help him out.
Okay, yeah, sure, no worries. Why don't you do that?
Would that be
So
sneak
roll.
attack as well?
Yes, it will be sneak attack because
I get advantage for that then? If it's sneak.
you get advantage and you get to do 8d6 extra damage.
Right, okay.
Oh.
Oh, that's not great. It's
Oh, but it's plus 11, so, you know.
Right, okay, so that is
Oh, you've hit then.
17.
Yeah, you've hit.
Okay, cool.
17 is good. Yeah, hello. 15. We're at 15 at the moment. Yes. For those of you who are up to date on the rules of 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, we're at 15th level. Although there are lots of homebrew rules, we're using a lot of homebrew rules in here as well. This is the fun part of D&D, folks,
maths.
is the
Maths
maths.
is fun.
He's doing incredibly well. Oh!
46 damage.
That was mean.
46?
36.
36. Did you roll your D8? Did you roll your extra?
How do you
Did you add 6?
I did all that.
how do you destroy this creature with your short bow shot?
Right through the temple.
Fantastic. You try and aim and try and pick out where you think a temple would be on this thing. Release the arrow, and it goes straight into the eye sort of mass, and out the other eye mass, and the thing just goes and just hits the ground. Cool. Brina.
So I'm below deck.
Yes.
Can I roll perception to see if I know what's going on above deck?
Yeah.
11.
There are screams, there is a cacophony. It is a sample set of noises that you've heard before, buzzing through the air. You've got a fair idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up.
Okay, up you go.
Up I go.
We'll say that's the rest of your turn then. So, as this is happening, two of the dragonfly-like creatures swoop down and attempt to pick up Jeffrey.
And so they're next to me. Can I try and do anything to?
Sorry, mate. Thank you very much. Have you got anything that could help? Darkness, Evil Vial?
Darkness, Evil Vial does not have anything directly that can help, like any magical thing. Unless I can actually just try to swap them away.
No, it's their turn.
Okay, go.
No, they're above you in the initiative order. So Jeffrey, you come to from your paralyzed.
Thank God! I'm not even a professionally trained actor.
You take 12 slashing damage,
Yes.
and you are currently being carried away
We'll see.
by two dragonfly-like lobster creatures whose claws hold you as they and pick you up and fly off towards the monster.
Don't worry, guys. I've got a plan.
Okay. Meanwhile, we're going to have a couple of them attack Valar. That's a 17 and a 14.
Neither of them hit.
Neither of them hit, so you're just batting away these creatures as they come down at you. And then they fly off as well. These things are not stopping to attack, they just past you. And you don't get an attack of opportunity because that's their ability. Just in case anyone was wondering.
No one was.
No
Good.
one was,
Good.
it's fine.
We trust your judgment.
That's fine. And we're going to have a couple come down on Darkness Evil Vial as well.
Sounds good.
Yeah. I'm not confident that...
21.
Never mind. I rolled a 20, as in not natural, modified 20, and a 22. So the 22 will hit you. You take 6 slashing damage. And you are considered grappled and are being lifted away alongside Jeffrey.
No, best friends forever.
I like this.
Meanwhile, Golan is just smashing through these creatures with his large maul, his eye patch over his eye, grizzled face contorted in this look of anger, and he just goes, "Can we get the fuck out of here, please?" Nobody's listening to him. Everybody's screaming. Darkness, it's your turn first.
Yeah, I would.
Just remind me, you failed your check against...
Yeah, do you want another one?
I want another one, please.
Okay, let's see if I can not go too crazy. And it's wisdom, yeah?
Wisdom
14.
saving throw. 14, roll a d100, please.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good. 8.
Could be worse.
You feel compelled to repeat a specific activity over and over. What is this activity?
Slashing.
Examples I have here are such as washing hands, touching things, praying, or counting coins. So it could be anything.
Counting enemies.
Handing out pamphlets.
Handing out pamphlets, yeah. Like, so
Handing
it's
out
like,
HR pamphlets.
Yeah, no, I'm giving pamphlets to these things that are trying to carry me away. Like, don't attack people in the workplace.
And as you let go of them, they're just dropping onto the deck. Yeah. Much as I don't want to be the person to kill your second character
That's fine. No, you
today,
can do whatever you need to, mate.
it's
We have another one.
it's not looking good. You've got 2 more saves before your mind breaks.
Could you make another level 15 character just in case, please?
Just bear that in mind. You are now permitted the rest of your turn.
Give them a paper cut with their...
In my madness, I imagine that I'm going to pull out one of my discuses and try and hand it to them in a rather slashing fashion.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I'll allow you to do that.
And
so, just to be clear, you're not breaking the grapple. You're just attacking the thing. That's
I'm attacking the thing that's lifting me off the ground. Yes, I see how this can go wrong.
Yeah.
I get 13 to hit it.
13 will hit it. They're not powerful. Their
Yeah.
god is.
Yeah, I rolled a 2 and still. I got 10 damage against this one.
Cool. Yep.
And
A great slash opens in its underbelly, and you're covered in viscera.
And then I realised that I also need to hand a pamphlet to the one that's carrying this fellow away. And
Okay.
so I'm like, what? And I throw it at it.
But to be clear, a discus, not a pamphlet.
Yes.
Yeah. Sure.
Get some glue, stick it to the discus. And then
2 birds, 1 stone.
Delivery.
Can I do a divine smite with a thrown weapon? Is that a thing?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna be like, you've done a really bad thing. And
You aiming for me or the
no,
thing?
the thing.
Okay, good. Just checking.
Well, it's the one that's carrying away a colleague, and that's, you don't lift up
friend.
colleagues and dump them in the sea. That's somewhat against the
Yeah,
contract you
you've
signed.
told me before. I remember.
Yeah.
Brina also remembers.
God.
He tried to dump me in the sea.
Yeah. It was a prank.
How much divine smite are you doing?
3. No,
Okay.
2, but I get an extra one.
You get an extra one.
And that was 22 plus 6, 28.
28 damage.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
The disc gets enveloped in this void, this blackness, and then I shout, "No picking up, colleagues, unless you ask first."
And it just slices the head of this thing clean off, and it lets Jeffrey go.
And then
The other one is still carrying you, Jeffrey.
I hand out an actual to pick up an actual pamphlet that says "No killing colleagues," and I put it in my own pocket.
Awesome. Jeffrey,
Hey, buddy.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
I thought you were going to say this. Ooh, exactly the same as last time. I'll roll a D for 100, thanks.
You're right there, mate.
9!
No,
No, that's 90.
Oh, even better!
no.
Right, this is just a list of effects that can happen assigned to a number. I don't know why you think high or low is working.
God,
for you.
this is really bad.
Yes! Hope it's not take all your clothes off, 'cause I'm not doing that.
You've got a lot of admin with this one, so
Okay.
whenever a character takes damage, he or she must succeed a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw, or be affected as if failed a saving throw against the confusion spell.
I'm confused now. What?
So basically, whenever something hits you,
I get confused by it.
you lose. So confusion makes a player lose their turn and just run in a random direction,
Okay.
or do a random thing. So you're really going to be fighting for your mind.
That sounds like every day to me.
You may now take the rest of your turn.
Fantastic. So I'm being grappled by this thing.
Yeah, there's still one carrying you off. You're only about 20 feet above the ground.
I don't care. I can fly.
And they haven't cleared the prow of the deck yet.
I can still fly, and I'm planning on flying.
Oh yeah, you can.
In that case,
With an action.
can I cast spells with being grappled?
Uh-huh.
Fantastic. In that case, I would like to cast banishment on this little mofo.
Yeah, sure.
Assuming it's not from
Do
this
I need to
thing.
save
Yes, I can't remember what it is though.
charisma? Thank you.
Never mind.
What am I saving again? Well, they're really low-level creatures, James.
Oh, okay. 17 unless it hasn't been changed.
And they don't exactly have the best charismatic look
charmers.
about them. No, exactly.
What is that?
Exactly. You wouldn't take one home from a pub. 12. I rolled.
Okay, in that case,
Wait,
bye
it's-
bye. Thingy.
Yeah, it's got. So you describe the spell for us.
So it basically, because I am a part bronze dragon,
Of course.
well, I'm draconic bloodline, so kind of a ripple of electricity goes over it, and then there's a kind of a boop sound as it disappears.
I remember the boop sound. Yeah, no, I remember that.
That's my classic pop sound.
That time you were fighting the teleporting T-Rexes.
Yeah, that was
The
fun.
Yeah. Anyway, it's gone, and you're falling.
As a bonus action, I'd like to sprout some dragon wings and fly away.
What?
He's a dragon blood sorcerer.
Dragon
He can
bloodline.
do it.
Is that 15 though?
Yeah, it's 14.
14.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oz
Fine.
used it earlier, and he was.
Makes perfect sense. I was busy reading. Makes perfect sense. So as you're dropped, you just sprout these bronze-scaled dragon wings,
Yeah.
ladies. Where
They're
do you
pretty
head?
big, is what I'm saying.
Where do you head? It doesn't mean anything.
How far away is the big one?
It's about half a mile.
You're going to go straight for it. Because it's about half a mile tall as well.
I'm hoping to have a chat with it and see if we can come to an arrangement.
Hi, that's my defined proboscis you have.
Look, none of us are near you, so you do whatever you want,
Yeah.
Jeffrey Wigglebottom.
Like, what is our other plan? Like, we don't have a plan, do we?
No.
No.
It's just get away.
Last time the plan was get away.
I have a plan.
Came to this place.
I've been mad the whole time, so I haven't figured it was a good time to bring up the plan, being mad.
Cool.
that's right.
I'm slowly going mad, and I'm probably quite confused anyway. So I'm going to start flying towards the thing that's causing it to chime.
Okay, you move 60 feet towards the thing.
Yeah.
60 feet out of half a mile.
Good. How many feet is in half a mile?
What, about 1,500?
Cool. It'll be a few rounds, I guess.
2,000? Something
Yeah,
like
we'll
that.
see.
Don't you have to mention?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do. Can I quicken dimension do it?
No, can you quicken
Yeah.
dimension? Sure, use those sorcery points for this.
So 500 feet towards it.
Actually, no, I'm going to be confused very shortly, I'm sure. So I'm going to start. I'm just going to head and guard these guys because she's my boss. And
So wait, you're not going to...
no, I'm not going to go talk to her until my boss tells me to.
I mean, you did declare that you were going to go towards
I
it.
know, but I'm confused. Leave me alone.
Roll a wisdom saving throw.
They've gone so well. Oh, that is better. 19. I'm near
Okay,
him.
fine. You can stick around and
Cool.
help these guys out.
That's fine.
By the way, just beside you, Darkness Evil Val is being carried away by
Oh,
one
is
of
he?
them ego, yeah.
I thought he'd got him.
Valar, it's your turn.
Right, am I anywhere near like a crow's nest or anything? Can I?
Oh, okay.
You could climb about... it's just under 100 feet to the crow's nest
Right.
on this ship.
So it'll take me a couple of rounds.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, it'd take you about 3 rounds to climb the entire thing. Even with your super fast climbing rogue ability.
Even being a ninja.
Yes.
Okay, so how many are on the deck now, monster-wise?
A few. A couple dozen.
Okay. Is Ricky, how do we steer this ship?
There is a helm.
There's a helm. Let's get to the helm. It wasn't the helm.
You could run to the helm this turn easily. You're on the main deck. You have to run to the back of the ship, up to the quarter deck, and that is where Holadin, who was on duty at this point, the tiefling barbarian who is the helmsman, or part-time helmsman of this ship. Well, they have other helmsmen. No
more than one.
helmswomen yet. There we are. And he's just there. He's ignoring the wheel. He's desperately swinging, fighting off these weird, dog-like, not the dragonfly ones, the other ones, the dog-like winged beast things.
Okay, so I'd like to get to the helm. Let's just stop pushing the wheel at that.
Sure, fantastic. Would you like to go port or starboard?
Ooh, what way is closer to the monster? Is it moving straight ahead?
You were facing the monster. Yeah.
Let's go port now.
Okay, cool. You just ram that wheel to the left and just hold it there as far as possible. You notice that, as the ship had been settled, there was no need for sails. The sails are not up,
Oh,
or not down, rather. But you can shout for that if you like.
I would like to do that.
Because usually, if someone in the vicinity of the helm shouts full sail, it kind of happens.
I would like to shout full sail. Then.
Okay, fantastic. And roll a strength check. Have you ever done this before? Would Valar have ever?
I wouldn't think there'd be ever reason for
No.
that to happen.
Okay, so roll a strength check, just because you haven't got the knack.
Cool.
Oh.
Okay, so that is 11, yes.
11, yeah, you just lean your full weight against this wheel, like, we're going this way! And that's it for now. Brina.
So I was about to shout full sail someone at the helm, but then I saw
And
Bella take that action, so I'm pretty like, good, someone else is finally being sensible.
We're mad. Leave us alone.
Do I need to roll that wisdom saving throw on that note?
If you cast your eyes around, yeah.
No, I'm going to cast my eyes around, aren't I?
You will need to roll the wisdom saving throw
Now,
then, as the god from your nightmares stands resurrected.
Is it magical, that fear?
Yeah, it's a spell-like ability. I would say.
That's magic. I get advantage. You said it. You said it.
I mean, yeah, it's psychological. It's divine. There's arguments all over the place here.
The other GM said it.
Yeah, is that GM behind the microphone? No. Go on.
I like this.
Yeah, with advantage. I'm rolling with advantage. Go away.
Go away, she says.
Oh, never mind. Critical success.
Okay, fantastic.
Always roll
So,
with advantage.
Brina, describe to us how you psychologically throw off the horror you've been dreaming of for 2 months?
So, just for context, Brina was actually on that first mission. I've been playing this character for just over 250 hours now, and she's just gonna look at it and go, "You look exactly the same. You look a little bit less scary than in my dreams. That's pretty good. I'm just gonna carry on with what I'm doing."
It's not like, have you put on weight kind of thing.
it's just that I made it worse in my dream. So now seeing it, I'm like, oh, you're still scary, but not as scary as I thought you were.
And also
Great.
the stuff that she's gone through at this point.
I've nearly died like 3 times. It's fine. And also I'm kind of ready to die. Right, okay, so we're gonna. Oh, my character's had a hard time. Right, can I see the Migo carrying them
Yes.
off? So the one.
Actually, roll a perception check.
That's fair. 13.
Yes, you can. You can also see many other crew members being carried off.
Are any of them named crew members?
They're all wearing red shirts, though, aren't they?
Right, alright, look.
Hi.
No.
So I am going to, and are either of the ones carrying them off? Oh no, it's just darkness. So is that within 120 feet of me?
Yeah, he's definitely within 100.
A
Cool,
little
I'm gonna
pamphlet
cast-
flaps to your feet near you that just says, helping your colleagues working together.
Teamwork in the workplace.
Yes.
I'm about to. Right, I'm gonna hurl a firebolt at it, please.
Fantastic.
Oh, I wish it was a flat ball.
22.
No, that would. Oh, she's 22 definitely hits.
And also this is a cantrip. It's 3d10 now, right?
It is 3d10. 15th
So
level.
that's 10 and 11. 11 fire damage.
11 total.
11 total.
All right, cool.
It's not great.
It's crispy on the sides, but it's still flying as you fire this bolt out of your hand. It doesn't drop him, unfortunately. No. Cool. At this point, it's their turn, so we're going to get 3 on Valar as she desperately tries to hold the ship. With Holadin next to you fighting some more off there. I'm rolling awfully for this.
Good.
I know, isn't it sad? My
Yeah.
poor little beasties.
Don't everybody have sympathy for the GM? Oh.
Well
Thank
done.
you.
He won't kill us now.
12, 12, 10, and 18.
And the last one hits.
The 18 hits you.
Just.
Just hits.
You take 10 slashing damage as this dog-like bat monstrosity just bears down on you. You notice as well it's got a stinger. It's a really weird amalgamation.
Oh, good, because what we wanted was a stinging dog bat thing.
Exactly. It just slashes you with one of its
How many
claws.
damage was that?
10.
Okay, damage.
10 slashing.
Uncanny dodge.
Uncanny dodge? Sure. We're going to have a couple on... Definitely got a couple on Jeffrey. Yeah, I know he is. One hit again, 19 will hit you, presumably? Will a... Yes, you. Will a 19 hit you?
Unless I cast shield, there's a reaction.
Do you want to?
Yeah.
Okay. Describe to us how your shield works.
It's like it's kind of a circular electrical thing with a kind of star in the middle.
Oh, very nice.
Hand me your bag. No.
Does it look...
No, it doesn't. It's just a kind of electrical energy
Okay,
kind
cool.
of connect together. Like that, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Brina, I've got for you 15, a 23, and a 23.
15, a 23, and a 23. Hang on. The 15 does not hit. There's no point casting shields, so I'm just going to take the damage.
Okay, so 9 damage from the first one, 10 damage from the second one, 19 slashing damage as these two of these dog-like creatures just bear down on you. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, but there's lots of them. Wait. We've got stuff coming, don't you worry. That's... Oh no, and Darkness. Darkness, you're being carried off, so then they don't care about you. Darkness, it's your turn, I think.
Can I make a wisdom saving throw?
You can make a wisdom
Can I
saving
make
throw.
it properly this time because I was using the wrong number, which is a lot lower than.
Oh no, really? Would you have passed? What would you have got?
I don't even remember. Doesn't matter. It's more fun this way. Especially if I get 29.
I tell you what, that's a pass.
Well-
That's a
Yeah.
very
Only just.
that's a
though.
very strong pass.
I wake up being. I come to my
You're
senses.
still no.
No?
You're still affected for the next month with the leaflet madness.
What?
But you take no more levels of madness.
Okay. For the next 24 hours. Okay, good. So, I mean, I was already in a kind of pamphlet-heavy situation.
Yeah, no one's going to notice.
You
that.
were.
Um,
He's gonna make it rain with pamphlets. I don't know. We haven't got to that predicament yet.
I
Start giving out discuses.
He starts giving out. He
yeah,
carves.
we haven't actually asked where my pamphlets come from yet, and I always seem to have them. So.
I figure it's a bag of holding kind of thing.
I
Yeah,
thought
that's
it was a
fine.
gift from your god.
Yes.
What would you like to do, Daphnis?
What I would like to do.
You see, Jeffrey is.
Have I?
Fine is an objective word. Is a subjective word. But Jeffrey is no longer being carried away by Migo.
What I would like to do. Am I still being carried away?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm gonna continue to hand this creature pamphlets.
Are
And,
these pamphlets on the end of a war pick?
these are pamphlets in discus shapes because it's basically the same attack roll.
Oh, right, okay, fine.
And I'm gonna make 2 attacks, and that is 1 natural 20
Woo!
and 1 23
What's your attack bonus?
plus 11.
Yeah, it's dead. Would you like to describe how this thing dies for me?
So I realise that it's not taking the pamphlet from me. So I grab it's carrying me away. So I grab hold of its wings and thinking that they're its arms, I take the discus and I just ram it down its throat. Going,
Oh my god.
take the pamphlet. It's important. It's in your contract.
And his head, the thing's head just sort of half comes off as you're ramming and ramming and ramming, and
Like a Muppet.
Skitter sort of lets you go, and you fall 30 feet to the deck.
I'm excited by this prospect.
Can you get a dexterity saving throw from me, please?
18.
18. Oh, fair enough. You take very little damage. You take 3 bludgeoning damage.
I land like Iron Man with 1 knee on the ground.
Very bad for the knees.
You
as
get a
we're all
bruise on your
aware.
knee.
Yeah, I'll take out health and safety pamphlet and give it to myself.
3-point landings, and why not to
Probably.
do them?
There will definitely be a workplace investigation after we have accidentally summoned Cthulhu into this.
I do like the idea that you have an enchanted item that just produces these pamphlets on
pamphlets.
demand when you need them for the right one for the situation.
Alchemy joke for pamphlets.
Yeah.
So Jeffrey has rolled a 5 on his wisdom saving throw. Jeffrey, would you like to roll that?
Yes!
Yeah.
68.
Okay, 68. And to be clear, this is indefinite madness now. This will never leave you.
So I'm only playing for another hour.
Do you know what's really annoying? This thing that you've legitimately rolled is just part of Jeffrey's character anyway.
Is it being a... No, I can't repeat
The
it.
quote. So the indefinite madnesses are given as quotations that the
Yep.
person comes to believe. The quotation here is, "I am the smartest, wisest, strongest,
Yeah, I don't have to write that
fastest, and most beautiful person I know."
down. I genuinely do believe that.
However, next turn, if you fail a wisdom saving throw, Jeffrey's mind will break.
Cool. Sounds fun. Can I have my turn now?
You can, and as you look down on the deck, you realise you're not alone, and several members of the crew are just there, like, gibbering at the moment.
Don't worry, I'm the strongest, smartest, fastest, and most beautiful person. I
Don't
can
forget
save
wisest.
you. Oh, I wish I was.
Do you see like a pool of blood and your own reflection in it, and you're like,
No, I see targets appearing and all the baddies.
Bing, 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 bing.
Yes, like Iron Man, in a way.
Targeting visor.
Yes, how many are on the deck?
At least, sort of at this point, Golan's been smashing away, Khaladin's been smashing away, these guys have done a great job. So I would say at this point, about 12.
About 12. Are they all standing in a straight line?
No.
Okay. Well,
What do you want to do? Tell me what you want to do.
I want to destroy them all. I stopped myself. I'm good. For God's sake, I want to destroy them all. they're all quite weak, aren't they? So I don't. But chain lightning will only get 4 of them. Lightning bolt would be kind of easier, but they're not all in a straight line.
They're not all in a straight line.
And I'm guessing they're interspersed amongst.
Have
the
you
crew.
got any AOE Oh no, you
Yeah.
can't sculpt stuff. Yeah, that's true.
No, I
Have you
can't.
got a magic missile?
No, I'm all about the electricity.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
So I'm gonna just for because I don't have to roll, I'm gonna cast chain lightning, and I'll just blow 4 of them up at least.
Okay.
These got to roll dexterity.
Hang on one second. Let me just double check something. Thank you very much. Yeah. So if you cast chain lightning at a higher level, it's not that the damage increases; it's that you get 1 additional bolt,
So I could cast it at 8th level, and that would be 6.
and that would be 6 bolts.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use Quicken spell
Quicker spell.
and cast it twice.
Oh, nice.
At 8th level.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just fly them all.
Just the rest of them on the deck. Just
Like, yeah.
Let's not waste time, guys.
do it.
My brain is not in the right place right now. So sad.
So what is this? Is this a spell attack?
Dexterity saving throw for them.
Oh yeah, it is. So I've got to roll 12 dexterity saving throws. I don't think so. I think I'm going to divide these. There's 4 initially, isn't it? One of them succeeds. It's 10d8 damage.
Cool. Give me some d8s, boys.
Yeah.
Just give me 5 and I'll roll it twice, and then we can have a fun mathematical game.
That's fun.
And then I add my charisma onto it as well, because it's like.
Oh my god.
Will they survive? Is there
Probably
any
not.
chance? No.
Well, I just want to roll anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, this is good. 10, 21.
They're
Ooh, hello. Wait! 21, 31, 43.
Even the one that saved is dead.
55.
Yep. So you let this this heightened bolt of lightning out at one of the Migo, and then this lightning just picks its way across the ship, attacking your enemies and frying them where they fly, and they just.
Oh man, come on. Spat right in my eye.
Did I actually? Yeah. Sorry. Oh god.
I've got mad!
My bad. Do you want to do it again? You're doing it again?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
Get the rest of them.
Okay, more save this time.
That's fine. I'll still destroy them.
Brian.
Don't forget, he is the wisest, strongest, smartest, most beautiful.
Player.
17. Not as good this time. 17, 20, 32. That's 37 overall.
37.
So
okay.
not quite as good.
Not quite as good, but still very good. So in total, with these destructive lightning bolts you're sending out across the ship, you guys watch as this winged human.
Let's call him an elder god. Why not?
Let's light these bolts of lightning from his fingertips, and literally 9 Migo die instantly as this lightning makes its way across the ship. And there is now only about 3 or 4 of them left, flying around, not looking very impressive. On the ship, that is, because everybody remembers over on Rawstall there's a whole army of them that have poured out, and the poor, even as you can see from this distance, the older god has just been stomping, and you can only imagine the devastation that's being rained.
Is the temple itself that was there still quite intact?
There's no way of seeing from this distance. You're half a mile away.
Can I roll Arcana to see what level I would have to cast the spell Banishment?
Roll an Arcana check, sure, why not?
22.
Very high. Level 10.
Okay, we'll
Um,
get some XP really quickly.
The joke there, guys, was that there's only 9 levels of spells. Valar, it's your turn. The ship has begun to turn, and it's about 45 degrees into its turn now. You nearly turned it all the way around. What would you like to do at this point?
Seal's down now.
Yes. Yeah, you're going full speed now. The turn has slowed, but you are at least moving.
Okay.
physics.
So there were like 3 or 4 left?
Yes,
Yeah, just take a pot shot at one of them.
absolutely. Thank you.
For my move, can I go near him? By the way.
Go near.
Within 20 feet of him.
23.
23 definitely hits.
Okay.
I'm glad you're
This one,
okay.
this one. Here to help.
It's not
He's
a big
not
attack
okay.
hit, is it?
Yeah.
I'm
he
glad you're
divides.
okay.
Uh,
There.
10 damage.
10 damage. Yeah, you let the bolt go. You let the bolt go, and it strikes into one of the remaining creatures, but it just turns and starts flitting towards you. At this point, Holadin comes out of nowhere and just slashes it across its body, cutting it in two. You softened him up, definitely, absolutely. Brina, it's your turn.
Okay, so we're moving.
You're moving. It's all.
Is no one on the wheel at this point?
No, the wheel is a little bit.
Is Holla
Going
near
loose.
the wheel?
Holler is near the wheel.
Is he
He's
fighting
dealing with a. Yeah, he is dealing with Amigo as you're looking.
How far away?
Not far, maybe 40 feet, 45 feet.
Alright, sculpting it around Holla.
Okay.
I'm going to cast
And
off
Valar, who is also
and
there.
Valar, yeah. Oh no, I can't do that because it's the spell's level +1. So you can dodge things, right?
Yeah, yeah, okay.
You
Yeah.
can always cast it at a higher level.
It's a cantrip. I'm just going to cast
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Oh, you don't need to sculpt it then, because Firebolt is a single target spell.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to attack the Migo. I'm going to shout to Holla, get back on the wheel, and then hurl a motor fire.
Okay, sure.
23.
23 hits, roll your damage.
Got to remember to add my intelligence modifier this time.
You
which I
do.
didn't last time. Ooh.
As an
10,
evocation specialist.
12. 16. 21.
21 kills
fire
it,
damage.
yeah. As you let loose this bolt of fire, it just engulfs this thing in flame.
Shouting, get on the wheel!
Get on the wheel!
She's a gnome. She's tiny.
Darkness. 10. Anything you want to do?
Yeah, I want to turn to you and be like, embrace darkness. And then I'm going to cast protection from good and evil on him.
Okay. Will that give him advantage on the saving throw?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. So to be clear, James, how many more hours are you down to play with us?
One more after this.
One more after this.
It might be a fun one.
Roll a wisdom saving throw with advantage. Which means you roll twice and pick the higher one.
He needs it. He needs it.
Is that a nat 20?
22.
That's enough. Yeah, you save. Finally save against this.
Just to clarify, the first one was a 3.
Which would have killed you.
Is this feeling your head against my plate and hand tapping on you?
And I say, I think I need a pamphlet.
And I hand one to you, and it just says, comforting others in the workplace.
Aww.
Best friends forever.
At which point, Golan walks past you and goes, Darkness, get everyone into my cabin. We need to talk now. And just walks past. And he goes, find Relora. I need her up here. And closes the door after her. Right,
Laura
I've got a
died
plan.
last hour, everybody. She's dead.
Disguise self.
And as
I will spend points to dispel that magic, and you watch me.
we'll deal with that next hour. And as you watch as Cthulhu himself rains literal hell down on Rawstal, Cthulhu. And by the way, I make no means about this. The Komodo, the lizard-like creatures, and the Katafu who are on Rawstal, including Rom and Julesy and Cleric Lawsons,
And the one that I slept with.
and the one you slept with, are probably all dead or insane at this point. It's a fun game, guys. It took out an entire island, and the Spirit of the Horizon makes full sail away, desperately trying to escape this hell on Earth. Or hell on Havnar, if you will.
I like to leave places better than you
We have been doing that pretty consistently so far.
until we destroyed it.
Yeah, we keep being told how we'd set up
Anyway,
a
it's
trade
5-2.
At this point, we're going to end this hour of Adventurers Wanted. Thanks very much, guys. I'd like to hand back over to Kat for our send-off.
Thank you all so much for joining us for this hour. Please do feel free to come back. So we are here for the rest of the evening until 10 and then all day tomorrow as well. So please do come back and join in. If you want to play as well, you can totally buy a player ticket either down at box office or in the Sweet Venue website. So get on board with that. We're also streaming at twitch.tv/adventurers wanted and live streaming at adventurers 250. So give us a wee follow, get in touch, have a chat with us, and please do feel free to come back. I'm going to quickly hand over to these guys just if anyone wants to do a wee quick plug of anything they're involved.
No.
I have just one show left. Lucky you. And it is very trashy. It's called the Tinder Games, in which I get two comedians on, then take over their Tinder accounts to try and get them a date to come to the venue before the end of the show. Has it ever worked? No. But it's at 11:45 at City Cafe tonight, and it is a lot of fun. So, yes, questions? All of them. It's 100% fail rate.
Which is
But
25
tonight might be the
times,
night.
so 24 times.
This fringe 6, but previous fringes, I think in total probably about 20 times.
20 times failure. And with that...
No,
Hi.
Oh, Oz, of course.
Hi, my name is Oz. I run an online role-playing stream called Roll Out. It can be found at twitch.tv/osmills. The archive can be found at youtube.com/osmills, and the updates can be found at twitter.com/osmills. There are business cards there and at the back with information on that, and we play role-playing games with the aim to increase the visibility and voices of women and minorities in the role-playing games space.
Good work.
Fantastic. Thanks very much.
Thank you for Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy!
As you know, we've got a really quick turnover, so if you guys are coming back into the next hour, yay. If not, thank you so much. And we'll see you.
Thanks very much, guys. Thank you.
I can
you.
play the next hour.
Yes.
Can I take a stab and then I'll give it to
Here we go,
Or
here
did
we
they
go.
take it already?
Yeah.
James, stop throwing...
I'm handing out leaflets.
Health and safety!